Yes, greetings people. So yeah, this is Moshe from Moshe's Reggae Lounge. This is the continuation of what I spoke about on the blog with Philly Dunn. I tried to follow up because on the program I don't want to get too deep into too many things. So this image you're looking at right here, I want you guys to pay attention to something. And before I talk about a little bit about the cancer, I want to talk first about a major issue that the whole world has. And I'm just beginning to discover of all the years of studying nutrition and herbs and stuff like that. Because of correcting my own issues, now the Most High is revealing a lot of things to me. And the reason I'm using this image right here is because you see this organ right here, this is the liver. See how big it is? It's the biggest organ in the body other than the skin. This organ right here is the control center for everything that you put into your body. It is responsible for over 500 different functions. Okay? Now, when this organ is not functioning correctly, it comes with every single other issue that you can have, that you can think of. Every disease you think of comes from this, unless you get exposed to some chemical, right? I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about disease that just creeps upon you out of nowhere. You've been healthy for years, at least you think you've been healthy for years, and all of a sudden, boom, the doctor tells you have cancer, or the doctor tells you have high blood pressure. That is because the liver is a magnificent piece of machine. And the liver can function even though it's damaged to a point. It will still function. The Most High is incredible. All right? And the reason why I'm touching the liver is because most of the problems that you have with food comes from digestion. Okay? The liver produces bile. Bile is a substance that helps to digest your food. It is a green substance. What it does, one of the functions of bile, it's green, is to balance the acidic food you put in your body. So it neutralizes it. It takes it from a pH that's acidic to a neutral pH. Okay, you got that? All right. Now, everything in your body is designed to balance and to equalize the functions of the electromagnetic field that is in your body, or the electromagnetic energy. Because your body is electrical, and it's no secret in science anymore. They all know that. Okay, so the liver processes the food. The liver produces bile. In this liver, they have what they call bile trees. The little trees inside. If you look at a different image, I'm going to find it and see if I can find it and show it to you. With a blocked liver. When a liver is blocked, what it looks like. So when it's blocked with too much toxins and it can't do its job anymore, you get diseases. The liver is responsible for cleaning toxins out of the body. That's one of its functions. Other than producing bile that neutralizes acid, that brings the acidic contents of your blood from one stage of acidic to a pH of 7 and up. That's the function. That's one of its functions. Okay, that's why you hear people talk about pH water, pH balance. It means potential hydrogen. So there's three things in life. There's three things that create life. 4. I only speak about 3. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Okay, hear me clearly. The more carbon you have in your system, the darker you become, or the darker you will be. The less carbon, the lighter you are. Okay? So carbon is life. If carbon is everywhere in the universe, it is in the beginning, darkness was on the face of the earth, right? Remember that? So, just a side note, all of you people who hate yourself and bleaching your skin and all that, you have no idea what you're doing to yourself. You have no idea. You're destroying yourself because you hate. You don't even know how blessed you are. But anyway, there's carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. All right, so when you find yourself having these issues with health is coming from the fact that you're not digesting your food properly. And there's reasons for that. The liver produces a cup and a half of bile per day, according to scientific research. And as you move further into life, I don't like to call it age, because the people assign themselves to a number and resign themselves to that number because somebody looked like that. So if somebody looked like an old goat and they're 30 years old, or they're 60 years old, people are going to think that that's how they're going to look at 60, but that's not true. The way you look has a lot to do with the condition of your liver, for the most part, and how efficiently it functions. Most diseases, the CDC did a study a while back, I think in the 90s, and there is 44 or 43,000 different diseases, and there was a doctor, Ayurvedic, a doctor that found that in his 30 years of practice, all the diseases, all the people that comes to him with all the different diseases came from one thing, from the liver, which is this organ right here, is not functioning properly. The liver right here, you see it? It's not functioning properly. And there's a lot of things that cause the liver not to function properly. You abuse it in a lot of ways. You eat the wrong foods. Food is very important. What you put in your mouth is important. So your body is electrical, remember that. So if you put foods that are not electrical in your body, only things that are electrical in the universe is plants. These are plants. So plants, they put their roots down into the rocks. The rocks have these minerals in them. And the plants goes deep down enough into these rocks and change the structure, make these things soluble, liquid soluble in the plant, and take those nutrients and bring them to the plant so you can eat them and digest them for food. Now, the body, there is so much toxins all around us, and the liver has to purify everything before he puts it into the bloodstream. I was reading an article where I think Duracell, one of those battery companies, is researching human blood to use for electricity now. You see how crazy they're getting? I'm going to find that article and read it for you. They're looking into using human blood for electricity. You know why? Because the human blood is life, and it's the transportation of life. Right? That's why the Bible says the blood is the life. Okay? Now, electrons. You heard the term electrons, right? Before I get into that, do you realize how misguided and miseducated you have been? And it's on purpose. You've been misguided and miseducated for a reason. I have discovered that most of the problems facing our people in the whole world, in Africa, in Jamaica, in Dominican Republic, in Haiti, in every single place where you find our people, it comes from our diet. Our diet. Because why? Because food affects your emotions. Here. The seat of your emotion is the solar plexus. It's in the liver. If your body is toxic, you can't think straight, you can't focus, you can't do nothing straight. But you can get by in life. You can get by in life until one day, slowly but surely, something creeps upon you. All right? A lot of people say, oh, my grandmother lived to be this age, and my grandfather smoking this or eating that. But here's the trick, though. She lived to be that age, and she passed away at an age where maybe, who knows, she could have been living longer had she not been violating the cardinal rules of the diet, the dietary laws of life. You understand me? I hear somebody say, my grandmother lived to be 92 eating meat. So what? That's the time when it could take 92 years. That's the power of the liver. It could take 90 years for the liver to finally get messed up. That's how powerful it is. So you guys think that living long and eating the wrong foods means that it's a confusion. So because if eating meat is so deadly, why does a person live so long with eating it? Well, what if they didn't eat it? What if that person never ate meat? You know what would have happened? Maybe they would live to be 150. So when people say that kind of thing, I don't think it's such a blessing at all. You know, I don't think it's such a blessing. And if you look at a person who lived that long and died, right? You look at their skin, you look at their hair, you look at the whole structure of their body. What did they die of? Even if they lay down and die in their sleep, they still die because of a violation of dietary laws. I'm telling you right now, because that's how long it can take for the liver to just start malfunctioning. Okay, you can a lot of diseases. One disease now that scientists has found out is a cause of fatty liver, because they think that only alcohol causes cirrhosis and fatty liver, right? They're discovering that people who don't drink alcohol also has this fatty liver disease, also have this liver problem. Why? Because they eat a lot of starchy food. They eat a lot of junk.